Before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric. When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same: play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick. As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me." I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr. Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Cops don't use... Everybody just takes snacks. My deputy, Francis...
Officer, looks like we have a situation here.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the... Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited. Heard about the look on his face. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law. Probably sounds crazy, but I simply...
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. How much you look...
$500,000.
$500,000? Why?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board.
Never knew you for a...
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful. And one more thing, Jack.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. Hardly needs to intimidate. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authority. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting... People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teens. Frank, I don't want to hear you say...
Jack, please.
We agreed, Frank.
progress. In progress. Complete. 1210 in progress. In progress. In progress. 'Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. 1111 B complete. 411 complete.
Whenever I'm alone at home and
Hello, my name is Steve.
get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but she patiently listens to them, asks them questions. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting any... In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally when a but Laura just disappeared. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reach, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an
Hello.
Mrs. Markham,
Oh, is there any...
that's what I wanted to ask you.
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a...
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my... Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect...
feet in progress. Complete. 1210 in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation. 113 feet complete. Twelve ten complete. 311A in progress. A in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. .311A complete. .311A complete.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all this stuff. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets. But even back then, I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, in all the years we worked together, Kendrick he never came for dinner with the family. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's but Kendrick is sharp enough.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack.
How long you been dating the
They're Sans people.
Yeah. So now you're appearing.
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. Probably won't be seeing each other again.
The papers say you're still.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting enough.
You told you.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we.
Your contract, Frank?
Now is not the time, Jack. Please. I have a commitment. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the mafia works. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first. Fate's already got. Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to.
Jack,
Get the fuck. At the time, I was trying not to. I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city. In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. And here I am, the person who catches criminals, and I've agreed to help them up. Hey, remember that cop who caught criminals? That sound right to you?
1210 in progress. Nine 10B in progress. A in progress. 210 complete. We've got a situation here. Nine 10B complete. Three 11A complete. 212 in progress. Two 12 complete. Two 11 in progress.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man.
A man?
No, I've never seen it. He was talking on a big telephone.
Damn. Of course, they could have shot them the second they took the photo. But my servitude to the Mafia had begun. I'd only been in my new position. Boyd. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, but I assure you, Jack, if I was even better than a wife,
I don't talk to...
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. But of course, we must work. Hello, Jack Boyd.
Wonderful, Mr. Bing.
Oh, you'll soon find out. You're a simple policeman.
8 in 10. It's been my... I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But the only thing I can...
A in progress. A complete. 113B in progress. Looks like we have a situation here. 113B complete. 710A in progress. 911 in progress. 710A completion. Nine 11 completion. Four 12 in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. Four 12.
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, and we're talking about people, but apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets. The mysterious figure taking nobody knows who he is, what he wants. But this strange cross between everyone understands when some Freeburg. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks myself, I kind of like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs.
911 in progress. A in progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. 911. A complete. A in progress. In progress. 412A. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. Complete. 911 in progress. 710A in progress. Seven ten eight. Nine ten B in progress. Nine ten B complete. 1210 in progress. In progress. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. 1210 complete.
I was trying to raise TN1, Sergeant Hot Spot.
It's 11 in progress. Complete. Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. It's 11 complete. A in progress.
I was trying to raise TN1, Sergeant Hotspot.
910B in progress. We've got a situation here. Complete. 410B in progress. 910B complete. A in progress.
I was trying to raise TN1, Sergeant, hot spot.
410B complete. A